Hi, YouTube. I'm Sheila Maria. Hi, Facebook. I'm Sheila Maria. It is wonderful to be with you wherever you are in the world. And this little video is all about different types of soul blocks. Um, Very often I will see people that have been trying to move forward in a particular area of their life. And, very often they've made all the real world investments in terms of time, in terms of taking steps, but very, very often actually still not able to see any kind of movement. Very, very often situations keep repeating. So I thought it would be interesting to teach you a little bit more what a soul block actually is, and more importantly, what you can do about it as well. So Archangel Michael very, very clearly wants to differentiate. There is a difference between an actual energetic block, which is in the area of your soul, which is in the fourth layer of your aura, that no matter what you do, thinking positively, affirming positively is not letting you move forward, and a block which is there because of your subconscious and because of a fear you have or have had, and the effect that that is having on your day-to-day life. So Archangel Michael's going to talk about the first type of block, which is one that causes you to stay in the same place. So over time, your soul begins to cry out for change, and yet the mind bumps up to the potential for growth, but can't quite move forward in the real world. So this is often because our soul doesn't want us to be held back by 3D beliefs about loss and lack, and wants us to know we can achieve anything we want to when we decide that we're going to. But what often happens is that our soul makes agreements with other soulmates, whether they be personal or romantic or even professional, that force us to make decisions we would strongly avoid if we had any choice. And this is basically done to get the soul moving again in the real world when our fear has prevented us from moving forward until then. So, other types of soul blocks are when the soul actively vetoes a route from you because it isn't going to help your growth long term, whilst our mind may think it's a great idea to head in that direction. So, for example, if you've tried to make a relationship or a friendship work and it just keeps hurting you, and your soul knows that your true soulmate is up ahead, they will literally force you to think about your emotional, sometimes your mental, sometimes even your physical health, if it means that's what it takes to get you to listen to what you really need to do. So, another example would be if you have tried to make something manifest in your life, and you're doing everything you can from the law of attraction teachings to make that thing manifest quicker. And maybe you've even been led to believe, maybe you've even been told that there is a certain outcome that you're supposed to have. Um, so logically, yes, this might be the case, but even though you take all the real world steps, nothing happens. So this is actually when there are proper soul blocks in the fourth layer of your aura that are from previous times in your life when this would have been bad for you or you wouldn't have been able to cope with it. So these are literally like boulders of energy that whenever you try to be positive and you try to move forward, you literally can't, because your aura is flexible, but anything in your aura is going to get in front of you. So it doesn't matter how many times you try to work and move forward, it doesn't mean that you're able to do that. So these blocks often come from soulmate relationships that have left your life a long time ago. And yet these blocks literally radiate out from our aura whenever we get too close to making a leap of faith. So I'm going to cover what some of these are. So there are survival blocks, such as I'm not earning enough money. There's also, and as I say, these are like boulders that you will not get rid of unless they are energetically unpicked and slowly removed out. They're full of what we call negative energy sources. So the next one, which is I'm not being supported or I'm not safe to grow, that is made up of negative emotions. It's made up of negative energy cords. It's made up of old healing contracts. It could be made up of entities within your aura. It can be made up of past life vows that you've taken. So one block is made up of many different types of energies. It's not as simple as it just being a belief. So another soul block might be, let's say that you are wanting to develop your gifts, and you have a real desire to serve people as a light worker in the world. And let's say you don't get any opportunities to help anyone. Either nobody seems to see you, nobody seems to want to be healed by you, perhaps nobody wants to pay you, perhaps, you know, any efforts to create marketing with yourself are shut down. So very, very often these soul blocks, are made up of past life vows of safety. Very often they're made up of beliefs that you will be executed or persecuted if you take real world action. Very often these soul blocks are made up of family trauma that can go back many generations, and so you just don't feel like you can do anything new. But this is what you need to remember. It takes time to unpick these blocks. It isn't the case of just affirming that you're abundant or affirming that you're psychic and you will become that, because that block in your aura is literally going to prevent people from seeing you and people from trusting you. So what can you do about this? Okay, so without doubt, learning to use your intuition so you can tell the difference between right timing and the wrong timing is really important. There's such a thing as the right time to do something, such a thing as the wrong time. And sometimes, you know, it's something that just isn't meant for you at all. Your soul will often block something at one point, yet push you towards it several years later, when deep down you know that now you can handle whatever it is. Also, try to remember that your soul purpose is about what's happening now and the next steps. It's not about the whole of your life. Making sure that you are looking for what you need to prioritize in your life right now will really help. And if you know that despite trying everything, that for some reason that you cannot put your finger on, you're being held back in some way, ask your angels to show you what the benefit of being really courageous, brave and bold, how that would actually show up in your life. So for me, I'm going to share something with you. I never did local readings, never did them, never did mediumship, never read tarot. And yet now my soul is pushing me to get out there locally and do this. So the benefit of me being able to hear my spirit guides is they have shown me it's worth me doing this, because I can handle some of the responses that people might have. I'm much more able to help the people that will come to me. I'm much stronger within my own abilities and my self-esteem, and I'm much more determined than I was several years ago. So this is the reason that developing a stronger connection with your spirit team can really help you in any area of your life. One of the questions I often get asked is, why can't I manifest more money? Just why can't I do that? And very, very often it's not because you're not being positive enough. Very, very often it's literally that you've got what we call negative energy sources within your aura. You could be positive about every single thing 29 hours a day, and you won't manifest money if you've got certain soul blocks in your aura. And literally, they need to be unpicked energetically in order for you to change that. So we're really encouraging you to listen to your intuition. And this is where I will tell you, even after 15 years, I have got mentors that work with me regularly, because I can't always tackle those energy blocks myself. And so, having someone who is on the outside looking at your energy, looking at your timeline, looking at your aura, looking at what's going on, is really, really helpful for you to be able to start to move forward. So this is where I am going to say to you, if you need any help, hi Jen, if you need any help, please, please, please get on over to my website, SheilaMaria.com. I have a new offering there called Quantum Money. And one of my bugbears is a lot of the money courses don't actually make new money come into your life. And the reason that they don't make new money come into your life is because despite all the beliefs and the programs you're working with, you've got a bloody great big boulder in front of you energetically, and unless that is removed, you are not going to manifest money in the real world. And that is part of what we do in Quantum Money, is we are actually working with Archangel Michael and Spirit, who is my other guide, and we are actually unpicking those energetic blocks over the period of 6 weeks. So of course, when you change your actual energy, not just your beliefs, not just your programs, but the effect that your environment is having on you, that is where the universe looks at you, sees that you look different to the way that you looked before, and begins to echo that back at you in real world terms. So Quantum Money is over on my website. We are nearly sold out, so jump on that if that feels good to you. Otherwise, I want to thank you very, very much for being with me. Lots of love, YouTube. Hey, Renee. Renee, bump over to, and Emma, bump over to Facebook, because I'm going to pull some cards on Facebook. Bye-bye, lovely YouTube. We love you very much, and goodbye for now.